Hey, good morning, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Now, these storms are already starting to ramp up, and they're even getting the tornado warnings already, and it is bringing a lot of winds. And the winds are already getting up to 40 miles per hour now, with all these cells moving very fast. They're all going 50 to 60 miles per hour cells. 80 miles per hour wind gust is expected by National Weather Service, and I'm showing it could be definitely a widespread high 60s to 70s. So this is going to be very dangerous. It's going to be a very wind damage event. Not a lot of rainfall. A few tornadoes will happen, but this will be a big wind event. Let me get to what I have for you. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. My live streams from years ago are about to start back, and they're almost every day. So make sure you tune in for that. Do something for the video, guys. Get this word out to people. It has upgraded so much. Even National Weather Service is showing hurricane force winds. Comment, like, dislike, something. Thanks for doing something. Let me get to the information. Links are in the description to save you time. Now, these thunderstorms are going all the way up towards Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, way up with thunderstorms and potential winds. I will update you on that. Your tornado threat is about the same as yesterday. It has grown a little bit for your moderate section. You have the 2% in the green, 5% in the brown, yellow is slight risk, and the 15% is your moderate. Plus is significant, severe in all this black. It has expanded out a little bit to the east. This system is going to break off into two energies. One's going to go to the Ohio Valley. The other one's going to go to the southeast. Your hail threat is not a big threat for today. Your big threat is going to be the winds. And it has expanded out big time with its 45% chance of winds all the way up to Tennessee. All this up here has a chance for 70 to 80 miles per hour winds. And I'm showing in the weather models, the future models, that it could actually go even further. So here's your cities and states that's in this threat for this damaging winds. Your significant severe is Memphis, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Montgomery, Alabama, and Mobile, Alabama, as well as your 45% right here. Right here's your 30%. This is your moderate in the red, your slight risk in the yellow, and you have your 5% in the brown. And you see how your tornado threat is 2% all the way up towards Illinois, Indiana, and HRRR is showing that there is a chance to get a quick chance for a brief tornado. I will show you. Big 5% in this brown, and you have the slight risk in this yellow, moderate in this red, and a significant severe chance for tornadoes in all of this black. A significant chance for tornadoes is Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, Birmingham, Alabama, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Montgomery, Alabama, as well as your 15% chance in the red, your 10% chance or slight risk in the yellow, your 5% in the brown, and your 2% all the way up to Indiana. Now, it's not going to be a lot of rainfall, but it is going to be 1 to 2 inches per hour. So for your flash flooding and all this green for today, you have a chance for flash flooding with a big slight risk in all of this yellow. This is where the two pieces are going to break apart. And this will also carry on to the southeast for tomorrow. Chance for flash flooding as that energy moves to the southeast. So you have marginal for tomorrow for flash flooding in this green. Now, as you look at your helicity tracks, your wind direction change with height, which is exactly a very strong thunderstorm is, and a possible tornado. You can see as you go through the morning, it starts going through Arkansas, and that's where it's at now. You even had a tornado warning right where this long-lived cell is expected to be. And you have another one for southwest Arkansas, a bunch of small ones, but these are stronger. And that's all the way to 10 o'clock this morning. But as it goes down and separates, this is where your high wind damage is going to come into play this afternoon. As you go through 1 and 2 o'clock, then it starts expanding with long chances of long-lived cells through Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and as you further go through the afternoon, it changes from Mississippi into Tennessee as well. And all this is a high wind warning that you need to worry about, and National Weather Service is showing up to 80 miles per hour wind gusts. I'm showing there's a chance for that to drag even further because these cells stay strong the whole time, all the way up to Kentucky, all the way to Illinois, and then go to Alabama as it goes down to the southeast. Now, when you look at your CAPE, which gives you your lift in the atmosphere, you can see as you go through this morning, you have a lot of CAPE in Louisiana, and there's not a lot for Arkansas. You had a little patch right here this morning, and that little patch is what gave you that tornado warning. But as the green touches the blue, that's where you have your significant chances. But as this energy separates, this goes up towards Illinois and Indiana. And this green touching all this blue is where you have your chances to have lift if you have precipitation in the area, while you have it very severe down here. And this is all the way by noontime. This is where the winds are really going to start to pick up. But if you look at your precipitation, you can see that there is precipitation trying to catch up with that cape. It didn't quite catch up with it yet, but it is a piece where it finally does catch up with it because it stays around all afternoon long and then it breaks apart. So you have all this lift coming all afternoon long, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, and this is a good bit of lift to be able to get tornadoes. And when you go look at your precipitation area, because you can't have it without it, it's trying to catch that. So it's kind of riding on the edge. You have one cell maybe at noon that transfers over in Indiana right on the edge, but all your lift is all up in here. So it's not catching the lift. So far, severe thunderstorms as this passes by. It's chasing the precipitation. There is a very small window for you to get that, but it is such a very small window. I don't see it possible because your lift is going to be there at 2 p.m. and that's when you have your best chance for any of those cells to do anything, but it is literally on the edge. I see that this convection is not going to catch up with these thunderstorms because you do have a big line of thunderstorms coming all night long, and that's all the way up towards Michigan, but it don't have the cape that you need to get the tornadoes. The cape leaves as the precipitation comes through. So I don't think you will have tornadoes out of that lift. Now, as this line of storms moves and grows this morning all the way to 9 o'clock, it starts to get into Missouri, goes to southeastern Texas, and it starts getting some winds behind it, some high 40s, a little bit of 50s. But as it goes all the way to noontime, then your convection starts raising way up. You have a chance for a supercell still for Louisiana. You got storms all the way into Illinois, and it's a nasty little band. And then it grows even worse as you get into the afternoon. And it does have the cape and the lift that you need to get a chance for a tornado or two. It will pop up all morning long for southeastern Texas. Then it goes to Louisiana, a little bit of Arkansas. But once you get in the afternoon, it stretches from Mississippi to Tennessee to a little piece of Kentucky. Not much. But there's a chance before it walls back down, and it's just for the Alabama for the evening, like I showed you those long-lived cells. And you can see how these long-lived cells leave these tracks all afternoon long. For northern Louisiana, eastern, northern, and southern Arkansas, western Tennessee, some for western Kentucky, southern Illinois, Mississippi from central to north, and then it goes towards Alabama, just as heavy. And right around noontime is where this starts picking up with those winds. It gets 40 to 50 miles per hour wind gusts for Louisiana, Arkansas, all the way up to Illinois. But it's going to ramp up even worse. Now you get up to 60 with those reds. And the little pocket that you see here of this brown as it moves across with HRRR, that is up to 70. Matter of fact, it's picking up 78 in some of these pockets. So there is a burst or two that's going to be coming with this storm as it moves across. And it's showing another 70 right there for Indiana for 9 o'clock tonight. So it is going to be a lot of damaging winds coming with this. And as we look a little further in the future models, you can see it's even expected to be worse. And if you look at your chance for your supercells, you can see it really grows from 10 all the way to noontime for Louisiana to have a chance for a supercell. A big chance for long-lived cells, even chances to get multiples. All the way by 1, it grows into Arkansas, and then it dissipates as it goes through the evening. So you still have a big, strong chance all morning long for Louisiana, Arkansas, and a little bit of western Mississippi to have a long-lived supercell, all the way to 2 p.m. And then later around 6 and 7 p.m. it's going to come back with that chance for Alabama. So you need to worry about southern Alabama, Mobile, all the way up to northern Alabama, and a panhandle of Florida, because this is going to continue to grow. But as you get into later tonight, and you got this band going all the way from southern Wisconsin, still showing that all the way down to Louisiana by 8 p.m. This grows all the way into Michigan as well, more severe on the northern side, but there's going to be a lot of winds on this. And on the wraparound, you're still getting storms in Illinois come midnight, while you're getting this nasty band in the south. And this will carry on till tomorrow as well. Dropping the snowfall is still a little bit, guys. Getting storms across South Carolina and central Georgia by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still flying by Florida Panhandle all afternoon long. And that's when you have your one little chance to have something going on. You do get some cells for the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina, while you get the cells popping up for Pennsylvania tomorrow evening. And that's going across the northeast. Pretty fast. It does weaken down as it goes across, but you do have that slight chance. Because you can see you do have the lift. Right when you start around noontime for tomorrow, it does get a little pocket of lift for northeastern South Carolina and for the coast of North Carolina, as well as what's going through West Virginia, Pennsylvania, all evening long. It does have strong cape with it to get some lift to where you could have a tornado or two. Just be aware, you do have a line of storms coming that way, and it could happen. It wouldn't take much for that to pop into a tornado, very much. And it is showing that it does have some long-lived cells passing through that area. So it will be some thunderstorms, it will be nasty, and there is a chance for a tornado. Just be aware. Anytime from 6 p.m. tomorrow all the way to 1 a.m. in the morning, mostly for Pennsylvania. And that's right when you have that lift as well. It goes all the way from noon, carries over, and you got the precipitation there, guys. It does catch up with it. You got some nasty cells that pass through, and it goes all evening long across Pennsylvania. You get storms in New York, but you don't have a lot of lift in New York. There is a slight moment for a moment when it goes all the way to 4 p.m. That's your strongest point. But when you look at your precipitation, you'll see that it's not really there yet. It's just coming in. And as it comes in, then it got a chance to be a tornado. And that is right around 7 p.m. for tomorrow. But if you look at your Cape, you'll see that it don't really have a lot of lift around that cell. And it does dissipate quickly. It's mostly going to be for Pennsylvania. As it goes by Maryland, Delaware, Jersey, you have a little pocket of lift, not much, but there's a little bit of precip that's passing by, but you can see how it weakens down as it goes by you. Don't think you'd get anything. Now remember, this link is in the description as well. That way you click on your area, it'll tell you what your warning is, what you can expect with a live radar as well, guys. And all this in this dark brown is high wind warnings from National Weather Service with a wind advisory in all of this brown. And winter weather advisories up here in this purple. That's mostly for some accumulations of ice. But so far, Lake Charles has put it out for Louisiana. High wind warning, strong winds with gusts up to 40 miles per hour or greater is expected. Trees and branches may break and fall in high winds. So make sure you do pick up your objects in your yard, guys. They will be projectiles. They can bust your windows, even hurt somebody. Now, winds will be constantly blowing from the southeast to the northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour, and the wind gust is what's dangerous. It can be up to 55 miles per hour expected. Damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines, so there is widespread power outages. They are possible, guys. They also put out this warning for northern Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, and for Mississippi. This is from the Jackson, Mississippi office. They have your timing here for when you're going to be expected. These very high winds from noon to 3 in this section, 1 to 5 p.m. in this section, 2 to 7, and 5 to 9. Widespread damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour, guys. And this is from National Weather Service. And they always like to downplay everything, play that safe factor. So if they're playing it safe and it's 80, please take heed to this warning. It is going to be some high winds. A few tornadoes are possible, and a strong tornado cannot be ruled out. Remember, these links are in the description for you so you can go see them for yourself. Memphis, Tennessee, sustained winds 25-30 miles per hour. Widespread wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour with isolated up to 60. Power outages and down trees expected. Plus, it could be even higher, guys. Now, this is for the entire Mid-South, starting around noon across eastern Arkansas, then reaching the Mississippi River around 2 to 3 p.m. The line of storms will reach the Tennessee River and the Alabama border by 6 to 7 p.m. Now, these winds are right in front of this line. It's a big threat. And when you look at the full path from the HRRR, you can only see 18 hours. You see it does bring a lot of winds with it, all the way up to Indiana, even getting the high 60s. And as we look further with other models, I'm showing it even worse. Now, NAM 3K, it always overdoes it just a little bit. But even at overdoing it, taking that back, is still some very high winds coming with this system. It's showing it will ramp up to the 60s, to the high 60s. But then you're going to start getting into 70s from Tennessee, Kentucky, maybe even possibly 70s to 80s for Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. We're talking a lot of high winds, especially if this comes to fruition, guys. Look at this big patch of 70 to 83 miles per hour wind gusts expected. So we just bring that down, knowing that NAM does overdo it a little bit. 65 to 70 miles per hour wind gusts is possible right here. And you'd think that's a little high, but the GFS sees up to 70 as well. The pocket is a little different on where it sees it, but it does see a chances for high 60s to 70s for this area. So please be warned. Multiple models do see this data coming through as dangerous. So starting at 10 o'clock this morning, it's going to pick up for Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, still in southeastern Texas. Y'all had it all night. Arkansas goes into Mississippi by 1 p.m. Then it stretches that big line all the way up to Illinois by 2. 60s are kicking in at a time, and then possible 70s for northern Mississippi by 5 p.m. And then getting even stronger as you go to 6 for Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois. Gets in Indiana by tonight, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Just a big gust of wind. This is very dangerous what the NAM is seeing with this storm. All the way till tomorrow morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Still showing a lot of high winds. And then as it leaves, it puts a lot of high winds still on the northeast. High 50 miles per hour wind gusts with chances for 60 and 70 right off the coast. Even Long Island, it could be a chance where you get buried for a moment in some high winds. So just be aware, just be inside, be safe. And you can see how that separates into 2. All this yellow is 1 inch, all this red is 2 inches. And as you go per hour, you see it is dropping 1 to 2 inches of rainfall per hour with that system. Then it kicks into the south, then you get that big line of storms, and then that's when it starts separating. You're still dropping 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour as the system moves. Then this one goes to the southeast for tomorrow. Still dropping 1 to 2 inches per hour. A lot of flash flooding coming with this storm. Not only tornadoes, not only very high damaging winds. There's going to be some pockets of flash flooding because these storms are going in one direction for a very long time. Now, National Weather Service has put this out for you. Next 2 days, your rainfall amounts, the light blue is 1 inch. And once you get to this pink, then you start getting towards 2 inches with these pockets of 2 inches plus and all this red for Michigan, for the southeast. But after that system passes through the southeast, most of it is going to be in the Gulf. It is going to affect more of Alabama, but mostly Florida. But when that next system comes out, I showed you that I had 18 to 20 foot waves on the west coast. It is bringing potentially more heavy rainfall for the southeast 2 days later. So I will update you. Almost hate to show it, but just like we've been knowing here on this channel, so if you've never known this, please subscribe. Because we've been knowing this is not going to be any major snowfall, guys. Just like we've been knowing, it's not accumulating too much. It's going to be 1 to 2 inches at best. Not a lot of snow, according to National Weather Service, coming with any of this. Now, the NAM 3K says it could be a little more on a wraparound as the cold temperatures come in, because y'all will warm up, but the cold temperatures will move right back in for Friday. So there is a chance for some major snowfall according to the NAM 3K. But remember, it does overdo it a little bit, but both models do confirm you still got that dry pocket I showed you yesterday. That's why you're not getting that heavy snowfall. And the ice accumulations have gone down as well. Potentially northern Wisconsin up to 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice. Also for Michigan, you start getting towards 1/10 of an inch for central Michigan, up to 1/4 of an inch for northern Michigan, and a little glaze over Pennsylvania. But from National Weather Service, all morning long, I've been having this big pocket of freezing rain. It's going to be going all the way to 9 o'clock this morning. It is going to last a while. Now, Michigan, your weather service has put this out for you. Chances for ice accumulation, 1/10 of an inch is this orange, and 1/4 of an inch is this red. This is for southern Michigan as well. Around 1/10 of an inch and this light yellow. In Wisconsin, this is going to keep on going through noon for today. And your chances for you to get ice accumulation 1/4 of an inch or more in this red, 1/10 of an inch to 1/20 of an inch in this orange, mostly 1/10. Pennsylvania, you're expected to get a little bit of ice accumulation as well, up to maybe 1/10 of an inch. Not much of a possibility, but that's why you have y'all weather warnings. And this is going to bring all these warm temperatures up with it as y'all endure this storm all day today. And then as you go through tomorrow, it moves through the east. But then as you go in through Friday, then this cold front will come right back down and cool things back down for y'all. So it won't stay hot. But God bless you all. Keep you all safe. I pray you be okay through this event. I hope you did prepare and pick up your yard and do all them things that need to be done. Because this is going to be mostly a big high wind event and a few tornadoes. Just be aware of that. Please share this information. The more information people have out there for people, the better. Don't matter how many people you follow, share everybody's. People need information on this storm. Thank you for your help. And most of all, I pray that you be safe through all this. You and your families, whether you believe or not. I believe for you. God bless you. Psalm 4. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me, and hear my prayer. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing? Selah. But know that the Lord has set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. There be many that say, who will show us any good? Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Amen. God bless you all today. Be very safe. I can't stress that enough. I just hate to see these storms. There will be power outages. Make sure you charge your phone. Make sure you charge your laptop. You can charge your phone off your laptop if you lose power. May God be with all of you. All power. All glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, our Father. And he will keep you safe. I believe that. Amen. Hallelujah. Be safe today. Think before you do something, please.